Good morning, this is your Stat Sensei, Mr. Spensei, and this is a warm-up for the two sample T, and we're going to be looking at the conditions. We'll also be using the same problem for our assignment. And it's vegetarians versus meat eaters. Iron is an essential mineral that plays a crucial role in transporting oxygen through the body. It's found in two forms in the diet. Hemiiron, which is primarily found in animal products, and non-hemiiron, which comes from plant-based sources. Hemiiron is more readily absorbed by the body, while non-hemiiron requires the presence of vitamin C and other compounds to enhance absorption. A nutritionist is conducting a survey to determine whether vegetarians who do not consume hemiiron from meat sources tend to have lower iron levels. So we're looking to see do vegetarians have lower iron than meat eaters. There has been a long-standing debate in the medical and nutrition communities about whether plant-based diets provide adequate iron or if vegetarians are at a higher risk for iron deficiency anemia. Some studies suggest that vegetarians naturally adapt to lower iron intake by increasing absorption efficiency, while others indicate they tend to have lower overall iron levels. To explore this issue, the nutritionist collects data from a random sample of 40. All right, so that's going to be important. So we got 40 vegetarians and 40 non-vegetarians. All right. And so I'm going to call it, and so instead of having vegetarian versus meat, I'm going to have vegetarian versus non-vegetarian, where we want vegetarian, we're thinking vegetarian is going to be lower than non-vegetarian. We have sample size of 40. And so I'm going to put the vegetarian in 1 equals 40. And I'm going to say that N2 is also equal to 40. There are over 1 million vegetarians. So we have a population of 1 million. That's our pop. And there are over 3 million non-vegetarians. All right. And that's also our population. So let's go ahead and highlight that. 3 million non-vegetarians and 1 million vegetarians. Each participant undergoes a standard blood test to measure the serum level, iron levels recorded in milligrams per deciliter. So I'm going to say 12.5 milligrams, just so we have that. Now I realize it's milligrams per deciliter, but we're going to keep it short. The collected data are summarized below. The nutritionists wish to test this whether or not vegetarians have significantly lower mean levels than non-vegetarians at 3% level. So vegetarians lower than non-vegetarians, and we have an alpha of 3%. All right, so in our warm-up, we're supposed to set our conditions. Well, our first condition is we need two independent random samples, and they said that. Up here it says a random sample, and it should really say two random samples, but we have random samples. We have two separate groups. So we have two separate populations. So two independent random samples, and they're both of 40, and this is given. And we can go ahead and check that off as given, and we can check this off as given as well. All right, and that takes care of the independence. Those two go together always. So, and we only have the independence if we're working with two samples. We have sample size of 40. 40 times 10 is 400, which is less than a million. And 40 times 10 is 400, which is less than 3 million. So we need to add the phrase N is less than 10% of the pop for both samples. All right. And in both cases, 40 is greater than or equal to 30. So they're both normal by central limit theorem. All right. Both samples are normal by central limit theorem. And that takes care of all of our conditions. Okay. Appreciate you watching. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you.